Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate all of my colleagues being here today. It's been years that we've been working on this farm bill, and so I'm certainly thrilled to be at the table today. You know, in South Dakota, we've recently been reminded about why getting a farm bill done is so important. Just a few weeks ago, ranchers in my state faced an early blizzard that killed tens of thousands of livestock. It devastated family operations, killed horses, sheep. In fact, one of the ranchers was telling me that this storm hit so hard and so fast that they found a rattlesnake curled up on top of a snowbank. Even have time to take shelter. It was 17 hours of rain, followed by dropping and freezing temperatures, the 70-mile-an-hour winds that turned into a blizzard that lasted 3 days, and cattle literally walked off of cliffs, they walked into breaks, they drowned in rivers, and they piled on top of each other and smothered, which leaves them eligible for no insurance. That's why we have livestock disaster programs, because they have no safety net, and they are struggling today to stay in business. I talked with the owner of Rainbow Bible Camp, who lost 90 head of horses in this storm. He read me a letter that he got from a little girl that comes to the camp every year. She's 9 years old, and what she wrote, a part of what she wrote, was what I heard about all the animals that you lost, and I'm very sad. I hope we can have camp next summer. A miracle is coming. I can feel it. I will be praying. Well, folks, today I think that this farm bill could be a part of that miracle. It'll cover a portion of the losses. It certainly isn't going to make these people whole, but it may keep them in business, and it may help this little girl go to camp next summer. She sent him $28.39, made up of mostly change and a few bills, and she wrote, I thought you might need this. I'll try to get more. Every little bit counts. Well, every little bit does count, and that's why we're here today. We can come together and get this thing done. This little girl represents the way that our nation has come together to support the agriculture industry and ensure that we have a safe and we have an affordable food supply. That's why we have a farm bill. That truly is what it is about. The livestock disaster provisions that I authored in the House bill would cover a portion of those losses, help some of those ranchers get back on their feet. For our crop producers, the House strengthened the crop insurance program, and the Protect Our Prairies Act that Representative Walz worked with me on is incredibly important. It's accountable to taxpayers, gives some savings, but also ensures that we have some conservation methods as well. We need to ensure that the Farm Bill works for all producers, though, and I'm confident we can include a permanent Office of Tribal Relations within USDA to improve access to farm programs for Native American communities. I had many of my tribes tell me that they simply don't know how to access those programs or don't get enough communication to do so. A permanent office would ensure they have that chance. We need to ensure we have a food stamp program that's responsible but helps those who need it. We can uphold the integrity of the program, keep it safe from vulnerability into the future. We should adopt the much needed regulatory relief that we included in our House passed bill, Section 1013 of our bill, that ensures we don't have duplicative and unnecessary permitting requirements of pesticides. And I also want to talk about the House National Forest Critical Area Response subtitle. It applies some common sense to addressing the pine beetle epidemic that we face in our forests throughout the West. It's painfully obvious when you look at our forests that they're turning into a tinderbox. It's an emergency situation and people's lives are at stake. We're one lightning strike away from losing towns and communities throughout our hills, and we need to be able to go in there and to address the issue when we have a chance. Communities depend on our forests, and they're key to our Western economy. The approach in the House bill is reasonable, it's necessary, and it'll give us tools to actively manage our forests the way we should have done years ago. I'm hopeful the Senate will come to the table, find a solution that works effectively for our national forests. What we should strive for in this farm bill is that will work for producers in our states and our nation as a whole. We all have concerns about certain aspects of the bill. I'm sure that it's not going to end up to be exactly what we would write on our own, but despite the differences and challenges, I'm sure we can come together and bring a safety net to agriculture for this country. I look forward to working with the chairman and the chairwoman and all my colleagues. We're going to get this thing done. Thank you.